Hello everybody, my name is Kyle Kelk and welcome to my Milestone 2 video review for ADP1 1406. I'm just going to briefly start by going over what I wasn't able to get accomplished this week in my milestone, and unfortunately that was saving to iCloud, which was a bit of a disappointment for me. There's a lot of times I thought I actually had it working. I followed a lot of different examples from many different websites and what they use to get theirs working, but unfortunately for whatever reason I just could not get it working for my project, at least not this week. Moving forward I'm hoping to get it working. The problem is, unfortunately, it really doesn't give you any errors, and at some points I actually did think it was working because I have my iPad hooked up to the laptop, running it off the iPad, and it'd be running through everything. It'd say it's saved. It would, when I'd close the app and start it back up, everything would load from using the iCloud code. However, if I delete the app off the iPad, it would not actually save any of that information. So what it was doing was basically just writing all the information to the iPad as if it was using NS user defaults. So unfortunately, again, couldn't get that working this week. It was a pretty big disappointment, but on the bright side, I was able to implement getting NS user defaults to work correctly, which was a good thing because at least I still give users the option to have some way of saving their information for when they do close out the app. This option, however, just means that they can't share it between devices, and unfortunately they would not be able to delete the app off their iPad and save all their information still with the iCloud. So now I'm going to start up the app. The initial launch page was the first thing I wanted to get concluded this week, so hopefully it's going to load up here. And it wasn't too hard to do, just a little bit of tinkering around getting it working, and of course now it doesn't want to load up again. I'll try running this one more time to see if it's going to pop up here. But I got that working. The initial launch splash page didn't load up again, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. I'm not going to keep running through this just to show the title page. Everything still works previously. That was working last week. So we'll just log in. I implemented some already filled out box scores just so I didn't have to go through the long tedious process of filling one out while the video was going on. So I'm just going to quickly show that if I click on one of these, it pops up the box score. Everything's filled out the way it should be. That's all the information that was saved previously from making a new box score. There's nothing that can be edited here. It's purely all labels and just to display the information itself. Once again, I'll just reiterate the colors are far from final. This coming week is going to be a lot of design work, and I'm going to hope I can get some time in to get the iCloud working, but we'll see how that goes and how I'm feeling throughout the week as I'm getting over a flu, so we'll see how that goes. So that is my table view, and that was the detail view. The table view, I did change a couple things that I had in my first the milestone for this week. It was supposed to have the win-loss and the score and the home and away team, but I changed it to starting pitcher, leadoff hitter, and cleanup hitter. Just is easier to do. I think it gives more information, and now that it's only keeping track for your team, the home and away doesn't make as much sense, and there's no ever any option to enter in the score for the game, so that didn't make any sense either. So I switched it up, implementing something that does and still gives the user valuable information that they can use to know what game is going on, especially with the date of the game. So that makes it easy for them to tell everything. The other thing I wanted to implement on this screen itself with the table view is being able to delete entries in here, and this is going to not only delete it from the table view, it's also going to delete it from NS user defaults and the singleton I use. So we click delete, everything goes away. I'm actually going to delete this one as well. We'll delete that, and we're just going to stop the simulator. So we'll kick it back up. And there's the title page. Saw it briefly there. That time it decided to load, so that was the title of the application. Log back in. And now as you can see, all of the information was updated as I deleted it off of the table view. So now I just have the one remaining item here. And finally, in the new box score screen, what I was going to implement, I already went over the iCloud and it not working, but again, I was able to get the NS user defaults to work. So we'll just add in a couple games with no real information outside of a date, just so we know what's what. So we'll save. As you can see, I also added in this alert now, so the user has some sort of feedback that it did indeed save to storage. So add that game, and let's just add one other game. And I actually had some issues here. It would keep duplicating all the items, so I was able to get that figured out within the code. Didn't take too much, but it was a frustrating issue none the same, because it did seem to be working previously, and then today when I went back to try and keep getting the iCloud to work, it just wasn't doing anything that I wanted it to. And I finally got it figured out and got that working correctly, so I was happy about that. And now as you can see in here, again, the information was added and everything is synced up. And one more time, if I close this out, everything will continue to be as everything loads out of the NS user defaults right on the, as soon as the user enters in the correct password, or username and password, sorry, and logs in, everything is displayed correctly to them once again. I hope you all enjoyed the video. I hope you all had a great week and wish you continued success. Thank you very much for watching.